So, a lot of shit happened last time. Who wants to give me the recap?
I will be.
Oh, oh God.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right, Chrome.
All right.
Lay it on him. Give him
We
the
started the
business.
day talking to Captain Hold. Chrome wasn't really paying attention to what they were talking about. So after that, we split the party up. So Knarh went to go find a blacksmith. They encountered the Weeping Knight and a mysterious blind fighter. Marlowe, Gruul, and I went off to find a way to contract the underbelly of the city. We met a man named Finch. He asked us to niche on Captain Hold with the Weeping Knight. After that, a whole bunch of things went down, and Captain Hold got executed. Telry and Nara got arrested. A strange man visited Telry and Nara when they were captive. Nothing happened. Just a man visited. We spent 10 silver anointed pieces, so Gruul has a sick, nice crossbow. We also went to see if there was a right way to get the other two out without making us seem like the bad guys. And I think that's pretty much it, summarized.
Yeah. Very good, Crow.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna pick up right where we left off. Knarh and Telry, you are imprisoned. You were recently visited by a stranger in the night who you rebuffed the, let's call them, offers of. And,
Advances.
And, yes, his advances. All right. And now you are currently in the wee hours of the early morning, awaiting an unknown fate. So, let it begin. Oh, not that one. That one's a little too spooky. Let's do... You know what? I think this is an apropos song. We'll play this one.
Do we have any lo-fi hip-hop?
All right. Actually, that one might be too spooky. Let me just do this one. Sorry. I'm trying to get the right mood music.
Yeah.
Should we be at the house if it's early morning?
Say again?
Should we be at the house if it's early morning? So off map.
Oh, you three? Yeah.
Okay.
I'll scoot
Also,
down to the border.
Despite the game being paused, I can't seem to target my character. I don't know if that...
It's probably because the game's paused.
Try now.
No, still no.
I can't either.
Actor does not exist within the world. What?
What? Let me reload this.
Yeah, sounds like the same thing as last time. But that's okay.
Let me check
We'll
the
get it figured
tokens. I might have to replace your tokens because you did some...
Yeah.
There we go.
Everything's like it's back to normal.
All right. Let me do this real quick. Sagas and Solace. Players. Oh, never mind. Matt's got you. He's replacing you guys right now.
I'm being duplicated.
You guys should hear the music now, right?
Yeah, the music there.
All right. Can you guys do your things now?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, wait, hang on. Let me try something else. No.
Press that. I can...
Let me try to refresh it real quick.
I can't even affect
you don't have ownership. That's why.
Okay.
Let me fix that right now. No, you do have ownership. That's so fucking weird. You just
Weird.
can't.
Do I need a...
Can't move it or anything?
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't click on any of the... Oh, here we go. No. I can't touch anything on the...
my token.
Yeah, my little side menu doesn't work. Should I reload?
I'm back in.
You from the past.
That's weird. That's weird.
I'm gonna try reloading. Here I go.
Oh. I'm good.
I'm reloading because I was having the issue for a moment.
Yes.
Do.
I know, it's the same. My bad, guys. 1 second.
What's that?
It's also doing that thing where it auto snaps to you guys again whenever you move.
Yeah.
Oh. That was somewhere under settings, I believe.
There's one feature I want in Foundry. It's the Control F from map tools. The force view.
Yeah. I need somebody to go in and change the user setting for chat room so that it doesn't snap.
Nope. I refreshed and have no ability to click on token.
You just can't click on your token.
When I double click, it says, this token references an actor which no longer exists within the world.
Yeah, mine was doing that too.
All right.
I mean,
hold on. Let me see if I can fix it.
I wonder if the...
Can you interact with this one?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like I have to be the one to do it.
Man.
Can you interact with this one?
Yes, I'm still loading for some reason. Weird. Come on, joining. Why is it doing this to me? Gonna refresh until it works, I guess.
It's better to wait.
Okay.
Let me check my speed test. Make sure
You get a
my...
blank.
Make
If
sure
you get
my
a blank
freaking
or a
upload
gray
ain't
screen, just wait.
Yeah, I think it's just fussy because I tried to reload it.
Guys, I time traveled. That's
Yes.
not me. Guys, careful. The endless whites is dangerous.
Well,
we never left Mornhell.
well, that's another problem. My upload is steadily dropping.
Ooh.
Fucking.
I have good ping.
Well, no, I've dropped some frames already. It's nothing like we're not critical or anything, but it's annoying because that means if it keeps dropping, I'm so tired of having this internet. Ugh. Anyway.
Well, it's... I'm going to shut down the whole browser and start that again because it should have loaded by now, surely. Here we go.
One of these days, we're not going to have technical difficulties when we play this.
One of these days.
Grum, you said you have ability to mess with yours, right?
What was that?
You said you can mess with yours?
Oh, I can mess with mine. I've been moving mine around. It's just different art, which is not really a big issue. I just reload so I can...
I can replace the art real quick with your new one.
Yeah, since we're...
If it's talking about actors, wouldn't that be like mine being Kraig or something? Did like the update mess with any of the the old players or something? Like their old actor names or something?
I don't know if it matters, but we're in the at least the text part with Roy, Rorik, and Sazanka.
Yeah, well, it's the same.
Well, that's always the same. The chats are shared between the players. There you go, Chrome.
Oh,
Nice.
gosh.
I am back.
It's not loading me. What am I doing wrong?
We can leave a message for who's the game after us? Edge of Twilight?
Yeah.
Nice hat.
Here we go. It's loading. Yeah, here I am. Okay.
All right,
Nice.
there we go. All right, go ahead, you two. You got a lot to talk about. It's early morning. You have approximately about 2 hours before you suspect someone's going to be there.
Oh.
Is this day one of the 7-day
Yeah.
trial? Okay, cool.
Well, you have 7 days until the locals have essentially elected their replacement in order to have your trial.
Okay, cool.
But this is this is when the Weeping Knight is exchanging your custody to the locals. So you basically have 2 hours before your guards successfully change hands, and you don't know what your situation is going to be after that, because you don't know if you're going to be in the cathedral or not. You might be taken to the regular stockade. You essentially have, I'll put it to you this way, you have 2 hours to decide if you're going to try and escape with the highest chance of success.
Because this room is less secure than wherever they might put us.
Correct.
Well, I am praying silently.
I'm gonna check the boxes.
All right, Nara, as you investigate the boxes and various accoutrements in the room, you can see that there are priestly vestments, there are other religious paraphernalia such as censers, incense, there's a few candelabras, there appears to be some bandages, another cloth like that. There is also a small bowl of holy water. And people moving keep snapping the goddamn thing.
Well, I apologize. I'll just resetting my...
That's all good.
Well then. He's praying. I'm gonna take an incense and I'm gonna move it over to his table. Set it down.
It's kind of like open one eye and nod.
And I'm gonna just step back. And I'll keep searching the room.
Your search of the room doesn't really reveal anything extra to you. It has everything that you suspect that a priest's quarters would have. You don't find any keys, or you find a holy symbol of Mytheria, but other than that, you don't really find anything of any value. The symbol is silver, and you could probably melt it down or sell it if you wanted to, but other than that...
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
We don't have any of our gear, do we? I imagine it's been taken.
As of right now, your gear has not been taken. No, your weapons have been, and your shield, but you have not been relieved of your armor, nor any of your possessions.
Okay.
These windows barred at all?
No. Like I said, this is not a secure room for prisoners. It is a temporary stay of your quarters.
Huh. That's really weird.
What is?
It's... Listen, with the door being locked, the windows aren't. They're open. Technically, we could leave anytime we had wanted to.
The bars that hold us in our current situation are more than physical. We can't just walk out. I mean, we could. Of course we could. We could just walk out. But what kind of a life would that be? We'd be fugitives, Nara. Are you okay with that?
I mean, technically, I suppose I've been one already my whole life.
That's fair.
Sits down on the edge of the bed. You were giving me an option in order to try and live better, but now you're kind of stuck.
I'm curious to know how you mean. What? Tell me your thoughts.
I'm honestly tired of constantly running from the church and watching them just burn innocent people. You gave me the option to try and seek the light. None of the people who burned were given that option. Except possibly by Hold. Of course, I don't know what all was going on there. Instead, they're all dead now. Frankly, I don't really want the same thing to happen to you. But now you're stuck in a room with me.
Yeah. Look, I don't feel good about that building full of people burning either. If we left, right? If we tried again, it would all be different. I would never be able to look my family in the eye again. And in the last couple days, I finally had that hope again. And I'm reluctant to give that up. And I know that if the trial didn't go well and they killed me anyway, I'd lose that, but at least I wouldn't have to live a lie. I wouldn't have to know that they're out there and that I might run into them and have to tell them. I am scared to death.
Were you not living that way when we were on the road together?
We were on the road together for 2 months. That's I was living that way. I got a taste of being able to go back to the way it used to be, and
with the shield.
yes, and now it's just been ripped away from me again. The worst part is, right? The worst part, I don't even know that I can keep it. I don't know that there's anything we can do that would take things back to the way they were.
You still have your powers? Can you feel your goddess?
That's a good question.
Has that gotten stronger? Has that dimmed?
I tried her power last night. Let's see. Light of Our Lady shine upon you and bless your steps. I'm gonna cast Bless on both of us. Hang on.
Light flows through you as easily as it ever did.
Well, I guess so. She hasn't left me yet.
Yeah?
So we must not be wrong. We know
Right.
we're not wrong.
Alright, there's a start.
I've followed my oaths to the letter. Well, to the spirit anyway.
How long we got before everything changes? We got like what, a couple hours?
Couple hours. The question is, if we leave this cell, this room, what do we do then? What's the plan? Because if we stay in town, we're gonna be found. We're pretty obvious, the two of us.
Yeah. Well,
But it's the only chance we've got, and if I'm gonna stand by my promise to you, and I'm still standing on that. If I'm still standing on that, this will be the only way. But everything will change. And I guess that's life. Everything changes anyway. But at least it's our own decision. And he's gonna hop up off the chair. You said these windows aren't locked or anything?
yeah.
Arcadum, do these windows seem big enough for either of us to fit through?
You, definitely. She might need to wiggle, but she can get out.
Okay. Well, You want to give me a boost? I'll peek out the window, see if there's anybody out there.
Give me one moment. I wanna see something real quick.
What you
Can I
doing
just-
over there?
Can I call for Captain Carter? Would he be around?
No.
It's like knock on the door.
No,
Nothing.
there's specifically no one there right now, which is why there's an
This is the
opportunity
time.
as it is.
All right. In that case, I am going to take a holy symbol, and if I can find any type of like books, scriptures, or anything, I am taking it.
Yeah, there's a book of the litanies of Mytheria.
Excellent.
It's basically their Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm taking the Bible and I'm taking the holy symbol. I'm taking whatever I can get my hands on for that.
Okay.
All right.
I am peeking out the window.
That is some peeking right there.
Yeah, I'm very small.
Well, as you look into the back, you can see that this is where the VIP individuals of Edgington are buried. You're basically backed into a cemetery, and a heavy mist is pouring in as the morning light cusps over the horizon. You have about as much cover as one could hope for to slip away into the city proper.
All right. Coast is
thing-
clear.
First question, Telry. Where would we hide you?
First thing, we're gonna need different clothes, so we probably want to make it somewhere subtle.
You know what? There's some priest robes here.
That's a good point. Not exactly what I'd call subtle, but at least it wouldn't be, obvious.
Obvious.
I like the way you think.
All right, so you guys
And-
change your dress into some priest robes. Do either of you have a disguise kit trained, or any of you have deception trained?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okie. I have persuasion. Okay.
Do. 30 minutes later.
No, not 30 minutes later. Hurry up.
No.
Look. If we go through this window, it's different.
Not quite sure about that. Because you still have faith, and you still got your goddess on your side.
Yeah, but
Different,
it's just
still the
us.
same.
Yeah. Here's the question. Do we go looking for the others? Especially Marlowe.
Oh, bleep that guy.
No, hear me out, right? I have to seek the betterment of all. That includes him. This happened for a reason. He made a choice, and the other two supported him, and we trust Gruul and Chrome, right?
Gruul looked pretty shocked.
I guess that's questions we'll have to ask them, but I think we should find them. Maybe not in a obvious way. I wouldn't go straight back to our house. That would be probably not the smartest plan.
Oh, goodness, no. I think we should be moving back towards the area of, maybe not the slums. Perhaps the
Actually-
slums, even.
Actually, the slums are probably not the worst idea. We'll make our way there.
We definitely can't stay in town, and we definitely can't be around church area.
Knarh, you're a good person, and I need you to know that.
And I need you to not die on me.
Hop out the window.
Wiggle, squeeze, pop. Wait, that closed the door.
Okay.
Close the window.
So it sounds like that you've made your decision to escape your, let's call it trial. But my next question is, where will you go next, immediately from here?
taking whatever back alleys and less people areas, we'd make our way to the slum.
So you wish to exit the city?
Yes.
I believe that is probably the safest option.
So be it. All right, Telry and Knarh, as you move to exit and walk through the misted roads back towards the gate, Telry, you feel a strange pull, a curious emptiness.
Hmm.
One that you will have to explore another time.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
Ram Ranch.
Cowboys, cowboy. All right. It is early morning, gentlemen. What is your plan?
I believe we
Not
got
the
a
best
party
at making
attend.
breakfast. Do you guys, I don't like tomatoes either. Some cheese.
All right.
I'm fine with cheese and wine for breakfast. How do you guys feel?
Marlowe has a suburban disgruntled wife's breakfast.
Every day of my life.
What the fuck?
Kind of sad.
Hey, Marlowe, you're being a little sad right now.
I describe it more as melancholy.
Oh my god.
Perhaps a song of war to lift our spirits before we go out and
Well,
make
yeah,
this
like
town our own.
Yeah, something to
those
help the
songs make
Go
you
ahead.
feel good. Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Okay. Early breakfast for you. I have something special for you. I'm dropping dick off in the morning. Oh, fuck, wait. Song. One second.
What the fuck?
That one don't make me too feel good.
No, that was the wrong bard. Here we go. Okay. War, I sang. Loyalty. Measured in backsteps and backs turned, where war is a text of backstabs and last breaths. It is always when the man dear left falls that you wish that you would have taken his place. Let war not be the moments where your loyalties are shaped. It is the quiet before the first arrow is drawn. When the empty quiver echoes our song, take 7 arrows before you let your brothers fall. A song of war, ready your weapons. And so too Boer sang. When the arrows fall, some shall find their mark. But our faith in the Watchers shall deter the tips from finding our hearts. May our navigators carry bandages, cosmetic wounds and happenstances. Wear your stance from that of avarice. We fight not just for today, but for the wounds in the aftermath. And if only 7 stones remain, we shall carry them forward, no matter how many cracks upon them. A song of war, my brothers. Ready your weapons.
Luke, be honest with me. Are you rewriting fantasy-style lyrics of rap songs?
Well, the first one was Kevin Gates. His name was.
Oh, okay.
That was an actual rap song about, we'll just say, breakfast. But no, yeah, I'm writing like poems, trying to fantasy them.
Good.
It's for the +2 to hit.
Oh. It's so close.
Goes really well with the cheese and the wine.
I'm sorry. Another wonderful day with Marlowe.
Thank you. Likewise.
As he pop open a bottle of wine at breakfast.
This is the, I would warn you that this is the shit bottle. The nice bottle I'm keeping on hand.
Of course, you don't have the nice bottle with breakfast.
No, it's more of an evening wine, I think. You know, you mentioned something, Chrome. I don't know if this is a safe space to talk about it. You said there was something you'd been waiting for a very long time as you were peering into the flames of people screaming. I don't know if this was the time to address that.
Oh. Yes. I guess it is. Looks around. Alright.
Chrome, you sense no paladins or other officers of the law.
Close window. That window was left over from last time I came in. Alright.
Doors are subjective, if you think about it.
So, it's been a while since I've ever spoken about this. Usually just to myself, but I said I don't like or dislike the church. Same thing with the whole conflict with the demons. Truly, I wish I see both destroyed. Because they slaughtered my family. Covered it up, made it look like it was natural. I can tell when it's a blade wound versus natural causes. That's how my wife went out. Two scumbags of the church followed my son around after a couple years. Brutally beat him down. I was the one who had to put him down. It was the right thing to do. Not let him suffer. And so I been waiting a very long time. And what I saw yesterday was the first step towards that goal of mine. But that's why I smiled.
So it's more of a let them burn aspiration.
Let them fight each other.
You'd rather be the one lighting the match, so to speak.
Yes. Even though I did not cause that fire, I influence it, and that's all that matters to me.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, innocent people died. Two of us got arrested. Sometimes it's needed.
Speaking of, we should probably go reconvene with the Scarlet Finch for the next few hours. Before we venture off, there's a few things I wanted to touch on now that we have some privacy. I'll try to be as concise with this as possible, but there are many gods, many worlds, many people. All very similar stories in some sense, I think. But I have the task of collecting and distilling those stories. Find some kind of understanding, underlying tales that serve a similar purpose to Cobblestone. So far, I believe Mytheria to be a god. I had my suspicions. Perhaps she's dead. Or is there something wrong with this deity of Mytheria? I can't put my finger on it. But what I do know is, what I'm at least certain of, back at that fire, is that the members of the church are casting spells. There's a bit of a difference from the typical wizardry bullshit, but nonetheless, I don't think they know the mechanics behind what they're doing. Someone in the church probably does. Some secret hidden deep there. And it also brings me to the worry about secrets and truths. Because there is a god that whispers truths, one who probably even knows the answer to this. So, it's something to be wary of. Do you remember the letter with the eye on it?
Vaguely.
The one you didn't want to show us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much like Matheria, that god is, I guess perhaps not surprising, but an influence in this land. Perhaps taking advantage of the naivety of the people here.
So, I'm not sure I'm quite picking up. You're trying to figure out the secrets of the church? Or how the church came to be?
I want to figure the story out. And if I wanted to know the secrets, there's always an easy route towards that. This god is the god of truth, well, the god of madness. A bit out of the realm of my understanding. I think that the easiest route to madness is that of truth. So there's an exchange. If there's something you want to know, you could find it out. I feel like there's a lot of people in the dark, and this god spreads in that sense.
So are you, like, warning us or informing us?
A bit of both.
You say this god. Doesn't this god have a name?
Yes. So, a lock and high.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Me either. I'll keep that in the back of the head. Sounds interesting.
Something else I wanted to bring up, Gruul, before we head out.
Yeah.
Do you still have that stone?
The cracked one?
Yeah.
You like search through his pockets real quick. Oh, yeah.
Has the stone changed at all?
You looked at the cracked stone. Has the cracked stone I got at episode 2 changed?
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it's cracked a little bit more.
I probably got jostled during some fights. Looks like the crack expanded.
Actually, that's not true, Gruul. You checked it only yesterday. Something cracked it recently.
Recently?
Mm-hmm.
You kind of just look it over. Not really remember getting into any fights recently. Is it just an expanded crack and that's it?
Looks like the crack has been expanded, yeah. Through the light, you think that you see something glinting inside of it, although you're not entirely sure.
Not sure how, but crack is larger. I think there's something in there, but I'm not really sure if it's anything more than just a different kind of rock. Would you like it back?
That's up to you. It was, initially, one of those, Marlowe's long drawn-out nonsensical metaphors. Perhaps a symbol of trust. Designed to, perhaps show you rather than tell you how I see things here. Cut long story short, what I'm certain of is that nobody ever sees the same stone. To me, that stone has a tremendous amount of meaning. When I first gave it to you, it was just a rock, or whatever you thought it to be. Perhaps that's changed over time, physically and in your mind. Perhaps, as a symbol of trust, a random anecdote given from one friend to another. But what I can say for certain is I've only met one who can see the stone for what it truly is. And that is a god whose symbol is this stone. One who has watched long before and will watch long after. Perhaps even after all the other gods are dead. One whose purpose doesn't need to be whispered in gurgled voices or pleaded for when executing innocent countrymen. One whose purpose is silent. One that comes from understanding. And that's what I hope to demonstrate by giving you this.
So it's an introduction to something?
It is what you make of it. That's kind of the lesson of this. And through that, you come to find understanding. And with that understanding is the purpose of the stone and the purpose of the patient one who watches. Perhaps that gives you more perspective on where I'm coming from and how I see things.
I mean, as a ranger, I understand the importance of patience. It's just an interesting analogy, I guess, with a rock.
You can't say that you're surprised with my kind of analogies at this point in time.
Well, they usually contain a bit more genitalia.
It's an easy subject.
Fair enough.
Is the rock visible to Chrome?
Yeah, he's holding it up.
What does Chrome see?
You see cracks on the stone, as if there might be something inside.
He just keep it to himself. So, this patient one, is this something you follow, Marlowe?
Something I try to. I'm strong in my convictions. I find that with most other structures of faith, people are always on their hands and knees asking gods for things, asking for a response, showing up to something beyond their understanding with a laundry list of demands. And I have found with my conviction that the less I ask and the more I try to understand, the closer I get to that. So I don't know how to answer your question, really. I hope so.
That's all I need. I respect your decision. Even if I don't know this god.
And I will respect yours as well if you hypothetically go to find truth from, let's say, an easy source.
Is that this lock and high you say seems it's twisted?
Hold on. As you speak the word Alak and High again, the cracks on the stone widen.
Chrome sees that?
Yep.
Is it just for Chrome?
Everyone sees it.
Where did you get this rock from, Marlowe?
It was on the ground, as most of them are.
Nowhere special?
Well, depends on how you view the ground. If you consider the ground to be special, then all of it is. But I don't think so.
Thank you for the straight answer. I would be happy if you held it now, seeing as it seems to be opening when we... He'll kind of put it on the table and then kind of say Alokan High. Alokan High out loud.
The cracks widen once more. There's definitely something within the stone.
Marlowe will grab the stone and not look at it, and he'll set it on the table and say, Ezokine sees through every stone. Every crack in the cobblestone, every swing of a blacksmith's hammer. That is what it means to watch. You can find many more of these outside.
What do you mean you can find more?
Rocks. They're everywhere.
Do they all break when you say the names of apparent gods? Just kind of got his hands on his crossbow at this point.
No. But if you have faith in the purpose of the stone being an implement of the Watcher, and you introduce another faith into the mix, you'll see a conflict arise.
Marlowe, who exactly are you? You say all these different things that's new to me, and I'm assuming roll across the table.
We don't have enough time in the day for me to go through my life story. And I try to say what is the most valuable to both of you from what I know. Which most of the time comes through in story or recollection or something that can try to connect the dots. In this case, it is from experience with a very real potential threat. But other than that, it shouldn't matter too much. Although I can tell you a story about somebody that might help settle your senses, Gruul. I had a good friend once. This was prior to my arrival here in the north. Her name was Hightower. She was a witch. I believe I mentioned her briefly back in the bathroom, which actually preferred to this house. Her real name was Hannah Callow, or Hannah Curio, after her husband Don Curio, who died in the... there was a time where a lot of people died. Hightower didn't share his fate. We met her wandering the desert as a fellow poet and follower of the patient one, Ezokine. My wife and I kept her company. We had a journey for a while. She'd always have the undertone of regret in her poems. Kind of a fiery character, but you could tell there's something... She was troubled by her husband's death, and we didn't really have a frame of reference to help her out with. And if I could put into words what I can now, I think I would have been able to help her. And I think I could... At least these words are worthwhile for you, Gruul. Is that you can't change the past. To think you have control over fate of somebody else is to rob them of their free will. In short, shit happens. Sometimes the worst thing has happened to the people who least deserve it. And you can spend the rest of your life in regrets, or you can accept that you can't change the past. So, you're a navigator, Gruul. Look forward, and perhaps in the future you'll find out what happened to your mother. But until then, don't join us in this journey carrying all of that regret. You know, take those lessons and help them along your path. There's a child who's probably going to be sentenced to death. There are conflicts of deities beyond our comprehension. We have a long way across this desert.
I guess appreciate the words, but you're kind of skipping over the fact of the rock doing the thing. It cracked.
Marlowe's gonna look at the rock.
He's still holding his crossbow at this point.
Would you
Like
like to
during
do
all of it.
anything with the rock?
I will hold it up and look at it.
Well, as you hold it up and take a closer look at it, you will see that there is definitely something inside of it. And as you gaze at it,
Also for Gruul, as you notice, Marlowe getting more sentimental. The bottle of wine has been depleted.
Gruul and Chrome can give no response. For as you stare at the stone, they seem to fade. Here we go. One moment, please. Music playing for you?
Yeah.
As you stare at the stone's cracks will begin to twist and turn and form almost like a mouth. And although the cracks on the stone move like lips, they produce no sound, but you hear them all the same. All right. A voice conjures up in your mind, like stone on gravel, churning rocks in a deep and sort of torn, almost twisted tone.
Greetings, Watcher. It has been some time since last I could speak. It is good to see that you have come into your own. My patience has been rewarded. The time has come to reveal your purpose in this land, Malphus.
Make me an Arcana check.
I will inspire that.
Okay.
So 9.
The voice you hear, you believe to be the voice of Ezekine, the Stone Father, the patient one. And he awaits your response.
What is it you will have me do?
Within this stone is a gift to your understanding. It would seem that the other deietic presences have found a land filled with ripe worship. They will no doubt scamper and clower to claim those souls that are faithful, but have none in which to place their faith. I have given you what you need to find the truth before he does. For when he discovers it, he will no doubt pervert it. You must also prevent the other, for if he discovers the truth, it will see it controlled. Neither must be allowed to happen. The people of this land have had their realm torn asunder. The failure of their convictions. They must be allowed to rebuild it as they see fit. Within this stone, you shall find a key that you will need to find the truth behind the sagas.
Marlowe remains silent.
Ezekine remains patient and waits for you to answer.
I shall take this key, and with it I shall continue my watch, ever moving forward.
Excellent. Be warned. There are forces moving beyond your sight, in the shadows and even in the light. You must trust to your instincts, but you must trust that the truth belongs to all, unedited and unfiltered, regardless of nefarious or even the best intentioned.
You had mentioned another. I'm aware of the presence of the maddening one. I am unaware of the other.
The servants of the ever-learning have only just landed upon the shores of this land, but make no mistake, they will make quick and efficient work of establishing their strength. You may find them to be even more difficult to bypass than the servants of the dark truth.
Make me a religion check to know who the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. Religion starts with R. There we go.
All right, I can't tell you exactly who it is, but I can tell you his other titles, and you can guess from there.
Okay.
His other titles are the Horned Sage, the Scaled Philosopher, Dragon
Okay, gotcha.
Father, and the Ever-Learning.
Understood.
Go forth and ensure that the truth belongs to the people, Malphus. And be wary, for there are those that move beyond even my patient sight.
And with that, slowly, your vision returns. Light re-enters the room of the morning, and Gruul and Chrome come back into focus. And the stone crumbles in your hand, falling to dust. And what is left behind is a crystal. A crystal of blue and silver. And in the center, there is a key.
I will put that in my underwear.
That was pretty for a moment. Hey. Huh. It was a crystal?
Well, some stones have crystals in them.
Is it a... Well, I'm assuming it's safe because you... Well, you put it there.
I think it's of tremendous importance.
I can
But-
see.
With patience, all will be revealed in time. We have a debaucherous party to go get to, as well as the execution of a child to go try and prevent. At least that's what's on the docket for this week.
I can only hope.
As for the witch, Knarh, she, well, there's an opportunity to talk, and she stops not lying, but being deceitful. I could definitely come around to trying to prevent
she
her
lied?
execution as well.
Wait, when did she lie?
What do you mean, when did she lie?
Dude, I
She's-
hate to say I wasn't keep tracking this, but
Well, she says, I want to get rid of my magic, and then we finally find a place where that's possible, and none of that is pursued. She says, I hate magic. After I shared her a story about my friend, who's a very enthusiastic about magic, and then uses it in combat. Perhaps there is some consistency, and perhaps she does have some kind of ethic that she operates on. I just don't know what that is. All I see is chaos. So she's an unknown quantity. So I can't... it's difficult for me to think about her. Does that make sense?
I think I understand. It's fine. We'll do what we can, I guess, in the meantime.
If you haven't caught on by now, I don't think like normal people.
I caught that on very quickly, but I still have to work with you and talk to you.
Yeah, it's a windy road through the mind of Marlowe.
I just wish it was a little easier. But I did think about what you said, and at least until this mission is over, I won't let my past or guilt or anything else get in the way of making sure that we can get through this.
Well, like I said, you're a good navigator. And a part of that is looking forward. In case you forget that.
Yeah, well, we also have to make sure we don't pass any tracks, though.
I mean, you're not the best navigator, but you're definitely a good one.
Look, all right. Yeah, I can only do so much with Knarh prattling in my ear.
Speaking of, shall we go see the Scarlet Finch?
Man,
Tell him the job well done.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Look, everyone keeps shit on me for being a navigator, and I'm like, God damn, I don't need this, alright? I did my job, we got here.
Okay.
He said,
So after a good old-fashioned application of bad-mouthing your teammates,
I gave him +2 to hit.
I gave them +2.
yeah, +2 to hit, they use the back of the head is what I'm gonna do.
You use that a lot to excuse your behavior, and I think
Of course.
there comes a time when I gotta put a stop to it.
It's just a check, and it just has like 1,000 times been written on it.
Okay, so you're not actually here yet. Yeah, that was an intense breakfast.
Cheese and wine. Savages.
Look, I'll stop passing out the checks if they stop taking
Daetic visions. Wow.
Yeah, next time I'm doing just half the bottle.
I may have drank a little too much breakfast wine, guys.
Wild.
So I drank too much breakfast wine, guys. Why? Because I'm hearing God's talk in my head.
Dude, that Chardonnay, I fucking talked to God.
That's how you know.
Alrighty, so on your way there, I have some news. It goes from early morning to morning. People are starting to wake up, people are going about their day, and on your way to the basin, you pass by and you hear warning bells ringing out from the church. And you can see that there are several guards moving through the area. Make me a persuasion check or a perception check if you want to know what's going on.
All of us?
Nice.
Okay, those are fine. That's what I needed. With the 26, you're able to kind of feel out what's happening, and the people are whispering that there has been a jailbreak from the church. 2 apostates are on the run and are loose in the city, and the church is trying to find them. What do you guys do?
Looks like Telry and Knarh probably escaped. I think we should steer clear of them until that gets sorted out.
Honestly,
perhaps see if
that surprises me. I thought they were gonna stay.
I agree with you. That is quite a surprise.
I hope they got away.
hopefully we'll hear from them soon. Well, actually, not really. It's complicated.
I often find that hope is a lot like shame when it bears the same weight on your shoulders.
All right. So the party, the 3 of you wish to just continue.
Yeah.
To the all right.
Yeah.
As you get to the basin, you descend down the stone steps, and there you could see the Scarlet Finch and his various men are all sitting about, dealing cards, gambling, and doing other nefarious acts. As you approach, you can see that he kind of steps up lightly and lively, and all his men kind of wake up a little bit and stand. Nobody's doing anything hostile, but they are watching you very carefully. The Scarlet Finch will give you a deep bow and will state, "So, how did it go?"
I'll give him a deep bow in return. So yeah, good morning. We've well, as per your request, the head of Captain Hold fell that same evening.
Excellent! So the rumors that I heard are true. Oh, this is fantastic news. Finally, I can get back to doing good business instead of the trifles that I've had to deal with. I am a man of my word. You have provided what you have promised, and I shall do the same. Skippy! My name is Tyler. Shut up, Skippy! Give me the tickets. You only wanted one. That is back talk, Skippy! We have talked about this. Here you go. Thank you. And then he'll stroke his hair lovingly. You know I like you the best, Skimpy. Now sit the fuck down. Here you are, sir.
Thank you very much. Your
What the?
fuck, words escape me right now, jeez.
Ah, yes. Many are
You're a man of
speechless
honor.
before the greatness of the Scarlet Finch. Go ahead and take a breath. Let yourself recover.
You're a very honorable man, Mr.
Scarlet
Finch.
Finch. Scarlet Finch. You don't know where it's coming from, but somebody in the shadows is yelling it. Ha 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 ha! Yes.
Do you do handshakes?
Of course I do. Choco, get over here. Shake this man's hand. All right, he'll offer out his hand to you.
Shakes hand.
What a firm grip you have. Jungo, get away from me. Skippy, bring me a wine. I thirst. Thank you.
Oh, on that note, we also brought a gift for you as well. Marlowe's gonna pull out the fine wine.
He'll see that and throw this bottle right at Skimpy's feet. Clean that up! He'll start cleaning up right away. Oh my goodness. He'll offer his hand for the wine.
He'll hand it over.
He'll open the bottle. Boom. He'll take a deep sniff. Mm. Oh, that smells divine. Oh, thank you very much, friend.
You're very welcome. Seems that choosing to do business with you has proven very valuable for us.
Of course
And
it
hopefully
has!
We have proven our value as well.
You have, which is why you have been given the ticket. However, he'll look around, conspiratorially, as he kicks Skimpy back to his place. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Are you interested in more work?
We might be.
Because I have something quite delicious to speak of with you. You see, I have recently come upon some lucrative opportunities, especially since you've dealt with our mutual problem of the damnable captain. You see, I need a little help with something.
I'm all ears. What is it?
Well, you see, I am in contact with a few individuals that require some precious cargo. Unfortunately, due to the actions of our late Captain Holt, these shipments were lost at a deathquake. His insistent interaction and his constant interference has caused me to be unable to reach these goods. If you're able to procure them and bring them back to me here, I shall see that you are paid handsomely. How does 500 gold each sound?
Sounds like a very generous offer. Might I suggest, perhaps a trade instead? I can't speak on behalf of my companions.
His eyebrow goes up and then off his face and into the ceiling.
See,
I'm just kidding.
practitioners are currently in possession of something that troubles me.
Oh, and what's that?
They have the other two companions that are with us. It's a long story, so I'll keep it brief, but they have just been tried and I believe have escaped being marked as apostates. The practitioners have on record vials of blood as well as the contents of those vials written down in copies.
Oh, yes. It's so they can make antidotes.
I'm not so sure about that. I have my suspicions, but either way, would it be within your capabilities to perhaps destroy these and forge alternate versions of these?
Are you sure? If I were to do that, they wouldn't be able to make a proper antidote for you.
Let's say just for myself.
Well, if you really want to do that, you can just have your records destroyed. I don't have to do that.
Oh, that's a possibility?
Yes.
Oh.
You just can't re-enter the city until they get recalibrated again.
I got something to do on the way out.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, 500 gold sounds very generous, and we would... Sorry, I have a hard time with the practitioners.
No, that was me laughing. That was so funny. Actually, you can just ask them not to do it when you leave. Oh, that was an option? Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Because the funny thing is you never asked. You just assumed that they'd keep it forever.
IRL losing sleep over this, and it's like, bro, just talk to me.
I see you every time, like, why are you so obsessed with this?
You just say no. Like, oh. Anyway.
I imagine they're making like 50 homunculus Marlows in the basement. I'm like, rocking myself to sleep.
They did say that you couldn't enter the city unless you did it, so it's just like as long as you're not in the city, you're fine.
Yeah. The practitioners are not they're not social butterflies, so they're not gonna read the subtext of why you're upset. They're just gonna be like, I don't understand. This is the rules.
Well, neither's Marlowe, so there's a...
Oh, great. So we're both atypical and we're just mad for no reason. And it took a fine, upstanding gentleman like the Scarlet Finch to explain to you, like, oh, no, you can just ask whether you leave.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if there's any amount of trouble that might go into helping the child not get prosecuted...
Who?
He is Telry. He is a paladin of the church.
Child is a paladin?
He's a short man, a halfling.
The Scarlet Finch will narrow his eyes. That's a little racist.
My apologies. He behaves as a child.
Oh no, I hate halflings.
Okay, cool.
Shall I have him killed?
No. In fact,
don't worry, it'll only cost half as much. Oh yes, Vero is so funny. In the background, you hear somebody go, "I'm laughing so much it hurts."
If there's his fate was to be given to the people, and I believe that if he's captured, which.
Marlowe, you notice that the Scarlet Finch is not really paying attention. He's looking over his shoulder, looking a little annoyed, and then you hear somebody in the distance, like in the shadows, go, oh shit, applause! And then his men go, thank you! No, continue, I'm sorry. I had a technical issue.
Understandable.
With my acoustics.
His fate was to be given to the people, and now that he's made his escape, I'm afraid that without some sway that wouldn't fare very well, and I do believe that he will be captured again, knowing him. If it were...
I could kidnap them, put them somewhere else, for safekeeping if you prefer.
I hadn't considered that. Would his trial be...
I am a smuggler. It's not very... I've moved plenty of cargo in and out.
Chrome Gruul, how do you feel about that, or 500 gold?
I mean, if you want to help them out with the mission, that's fine.
Yeah.
The issue is I don't want to be associated with apostates and criminals. And then he'll
the Scarlet Finch will shoot his eyebrow into the ceiling. I don't see any criminals here. I only see a couple of fine, upstanding businessmen having a discussion.
Precisely. A clean record is very important. You know what I mean?
Don't say it, Grove. Don't say it. I saw you looking around.
Bunch of
In an
babes.
ideal scenario, we would have our companions journey with us and not be tried for their crimes, but I believe that the trial, especially now, is probably inevitable. How do you feel about, sequestering them and then running, or perhaps we can go along with the trial?
Oh yes, I'll have them kidnapped.
Would we be, criminals or fugitives, or could their record be set straight somehow?
Record set straight? That's a little too rich for my blood, I'm afraid. I can't really change church records, and I'm not going to risk the pyre for anyone. But people go disappearing all the time in Edgington. Yes, and they arrive in other places as different people with different names and under the threat of death. So it's not very difficult to have someone disappear and show up somewhere else as someone else. We do it all the time here.
Would one of those other places perhaps be Mornhell? Perhaps by ship?
That is very far away, but I suppose I could make it work. I've done some dealing out of Mornhell. Although, to be completely honest, that might be difficult now, with what's happening over there. The damn place is a chaotic droll now. From what I've heard, merchants have been canceling contracts, trying to get out. I could get them there, but that'd be more than the 500 that I've asked for each of you. That would put my men at risk. Well, more risk than normal.
Would it be within or under 500 to perhaps get them on a boat headed towards Mornhell?
I mean, do you want me to just leave them on a boat and hope for the best?
I guess we would be joining them, and the hoping for the best part would be on our shoulders
I
and not
see.
yours.
Well, if you want me to arrange you transportation, such a thing is, well, that's not impossible. Yes, I can arrange a boat for you and make sure that your two companions are safely sequestered away. Although, if we are going to do it, we need to do it very quickly. The entire city is on lockdown, and it won't be long before they close the ports. So if you want that to happen, it'll have to happen now.
Would there be enough time to go to perhaps one night use these tickets?
Oh, for the sexy party? Oh, no. That'd be far too late. The bureaucrats are slow, but they're not that slow. And the port is one of the first places they will close once they realize that their quarry has left the Holy District.
Wait, does that mean we're gonna be locked in here once we're done?
Well, yeah. Probably. Unless you abandon them, of course.
I am considering that very heavily. Looks like we have many options. Gruul and Chrome, how do you think we should head from here? Do we head back empty-handed with our companions? Do we vie for a positive change in their trial and stay to enjoy ourselves a bit at one of these sexy parties?
So we say we go home empty-handed. The church wins this and changes Morhell. No?
Yes.
Well,
By
remember,
empty hand, I mean...
I should remind you, you guys do remember the actual reason you're here, right?
Yeah, we gotta get dirt on...
Yeah.
Yes,
Mr.
but why? Okay. But why do you need that?
We need to connect Montague to Dickless Smalls after, I forgot her name, but she died. After that, in order to discredit Dickless's false saga claims.
Correct, so that he is not able to take control, and that your patron, Willowpipe, can have her claims unchallenged. Okay, good. Remember, that's the reason why you're here, so...
Would you be able to, with or without the,
Would we?
how
be
difficult would it be for us to charter a ship?
Chartering a ship isn't too difficult. The problem is doing it quickly. You'll need to know exactly who to talk to. I could do that, like I said, but it would have to happen immediately. If they close down the port, there's no telling how long they'll have it closed. And once the port's closed, you can't get anyone. Well, I suppose there's a few scumbags that would reach the church's ire. I will not be one of them. So you'd be on your own at that point.
Understandable, and we wouldn't ask that of you. Well, when you say that changing the church record is difficult, is there a way to perhaps, similarly as before, influence the people? I'd like to see favor towards the child. In an ideal world, I think that the actual apostate in this situation should be the child's responsibility. So I have no sway over her verdict. But the child's verdict, I believe, should be at least listened to and considered positively. Is that something that is feasible?
If I had the ability to change the hearts and minds of the people to that degree, I would be on the council right now, sir.
That makes sense.
Actually, I'd be governor. Governor Finch! Governor Finch! Somebody from the shadows say. Yes, I like the sound of that.
Okay, well, 500 gold seems very reasonable. It seems that, either way, we will accept your offer.
Excellent to hear. So, what are the parameters? I shall have them kidnapped and placed where? Here? On the boat to await your arrival? What is the plan?
If you can have them kidnapped and placed here, that would be... Well, I don't think we can leave as early as... I think the boat is out of the picture.
Very well. Then where do you wish for me to grab them before the authorities find them?
If you can place them here, it'd be nice to,
Oh, very
perhaps
well.
open up the conversation.
Very well. I shall do that. Shall I bring them here and you will wait for them, or...
If it aligns with, us going out to retrieve your cargo, then yeah, that seems reasonable.
Oh, retrieving the cargo is going to take probably a couple of days. You might not be able to make it back into the city directly. Thankfully, I know a way that you can enter through the sewers.
Oh, and before we begin, is there a date of the next party? I would like to squeeze that in. I'm not going to extend my debauchery. I'm a connoisseur of fine wine, if you will.
Yes, of course. So, the plan is, I shall send out my men to abscond with these two individuals, bring them here, and then the five of you will discuss, I suppose, whatever it is you wish to discuss, and then you'll be going to a sexy party?
Yes.
Very well, if that is what you wish.
And the cargo is south of here, correct? Towards the Deathquakes?
It is, but as I said, it would take a couple of days to do that. You'll have to leave the city and then seek the appropriate Deathquake, located here, as he hands you a small, shred of paper with half a map on it. And then once you return, you'll have to come in through an alternative entrance located here, and he will give you a small, another piece of the same kind of map, but indicating an entrance point in the aqueduct that feeds into this place.
Okay, perfect. Well, it seems like we have a deal.
To make the kidnapping easier, take the spear and show them that my name's on it to the short one and make things easier.
Very well. Oh, there is one more thing. Well, this will be considered as a part of the 500 gold pieces that I owe you to grab them and keep them here and keep them safe. However, as he raises a finger, if you take more than 3 days to arrive since leaving, so 3 days to come back, I will presume that you are dead. And if you are dead, then I will make a profit off of your friends. If you understand my meaning.
Perfectly.
Excellent. Well then, he'll hold out his hand. I believe it is late morning. See you in 72 hours.
Marlowe will shake his hand.
Good luck. Go on then, off you go.
Always a pleasure.
My word.
Okay. I have good news, and I have potentially upsetting news.
Oh, do you?
The good news is, Telry and Knarh are not going to be captured by the guards.
Hooray.
They will instead be captured by thugs.
Even better. My piece.
Slave or thugs?
Oh boy. So, Alright, this becomes obvious to Telry and Knarh, so I will tell it to you guys.
Uh-huh.
You know who's been getting Montague all his slaves?
Uh-huh.
Because they enslave you.
Uh-huh.
You are temporarily slaves for 3 days. And hopefully, if your friends come back in time, not permanently slaves. Unfortunately, you are going to be attacked and overwhelmed by too many targets in order to be able to roll out of it. So, you guys will be captured. That's not really something that can be avoided.
Also, we don't have weapons yet.
That too.
Yeah, we have.
We left with no weapons, sir.
Yeah, not a good spot. Okay, I have additionally potentially upsetting news. Marlowe,
more.
Marlowe, Gruul, and Chrome. You agreed to retrieve his cargo. So that means you guys are going to have to be dealing with a deathquake as 3 people.
Yeah, figure that one.
So,
Yes.
there's that.
Wait, we're not meeting up with Knarh and Telry before we go get the cargo?
No.
No, that is... I literally checked twice.
That was not the agreement.
That was not the agreement you made.
Yeah, it
Like-
wasn't to bring him out there. Yeah, it was to bring him back here.
I asked him twice to make sure.
Yep. Yep.
God damn it.
Well, I was thinking about the boat. Like, he was gonna grab them, bring them here, we talk, and then
Okay.
grab the cargo
All
and
right.
then go on the boat.
Well, you can always choose to go back. So, would you like to do this together?
Yes.
Okay.
At least have like 5 minutes of talking to Knarh.
All right. I'm just gonna back it up then. That would be a very bad thing to get wrong because the 3 of you would probably die.
Yeah, the question was, would you like to wait while we get your friends? And you're like, no.
Yeah, he said no. I was like, all right, then go on, off you go. All right, there you go. There's Telry.
I'm just like, we are slaves now, Telry. And they're dead.
All right, hold on. Let me do this right. So
To be
instead,
honest, I thought Marlowe had a great plan. Like, oh, there's 3 of us.
I thought
hey,
it was a plan.
I
Now
was,
that I'm
I was
rethinking
in
about it.
goon mode, bro. I was like, yep, stand here, look big and strong.
we're gonna goon it. All right, so you guys instead decide to hang out with the Scarlet Finch, eat his various not stolen cheeses and his legally acquired wine. Yeah,
I drank way too much wine for this.
yeah, way too much. It's very good.
So what you
Okay,
mean?
and then eventually, his men come down with 1 small sack and 1 large sack and throw it on the ground. You hear soft grunts as Telry and Knarh are unwrapped like Christmas presents. You can see that their hands and legs are bound and their mouths are stuffed with gags. Well, here you are, as promised. Untie.
Hey guys,
rolls even further back.
As always, you're a man of your word. Those are the ones.
Okay.
Oh, good. I thought I had grabbed the wrong halfling. They all look the same, really.
Yeah, same.
Racism. I'm sorry. Well, I'll let you and your friends speak. Skimpy, massage my feet. Yes, sir. In the accent. Oh, yes, sir. Right away. Ha ha ha. Okay, go ahead.
I am standing very purposely between Nara and Marlowe.
Yeah.
Tehi.
He's short. He's
Yes,
short. He's short. I can reach over him.
Hold on. Let me
Tee.
let me fucking fix this token problem.
Hey,
Let me fix this. Tee.
Tee.
All right, it should
What?
be fixed now.
What are you guys doing?
We're standing here after the arrangements of your freedom.
yeah, you guys escaped. That was a surprise.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys got a lot to talk about.
I'm meanwhile here in my priest clothes.
Yeah, we're both in priestly vestments.
Guys, let's see.
I'm not
Converts, I see.
questioning it.
Well, at least you're in one piece.
You could say that.
Yeah, that was a wild couple days. I wonder what happened, how it came up to it. He's obviously lying.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay, so I've been kidnapped. I've been thrown in a sewer.
Well,
Yes, we're in a sewer at the moment. We also have exchanged your safe passage here, as well as a route out through the aqueducts, in exchange for finding cargo for the Scarlet Finch. And I assume after we come back, we can head to the original destination, original reason why we're here, and then exit the sewers. There's a whole clampdown on the city. I assume that was because you two had left. Were you in a prison or something?
So, Gruul,
Just
care to tell me
glaring.
what happened?
well, we did what we had to make sure that we had the necessary tools to get done the mission we had at task. Fortunately, any connection to Captain Hold was not. Look, all I can say is we were doing this to make sure that we can get the mission done. Not intending to hurt you, but it was convenient. That part of it was that we could remove Hold from the whole equation.
Do you know what you did by doing that? This isn't a game. We're not. I'll glance at Marlowe. We're not pieces in some puzzle. Hold had something important, or at least he had a direction towards it. It's what I've been looking for. It's what Knarh's been looking for. He had the potential for that, and now he's gone, and the trail ends there.
He had a room full of sick and disabled and was ready to throw them at a horde of zombies.
He had a room full of sick and disabled,
I'm back.
and you're saying he was going to throw them at zombies.
Every time you talk about people, you tell me, as if I'm some part of you, you tell me things like, Brandy's not an animal, then you refer to him as an animal, and you tell me that Captain Hold isn't a piece in some kind of game, and yet
I
right
will
afterwards,
rip your lips from your mouth
right
if
afterwards,
you keep talking towards us. I'm talking to Kraig. I don't want to hear a word from your mouth.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Telry, and
No.
right afterwards, you describe him as a piece in a game, precisely. Do you understand that, Telry?
He's all yours, Knarh.
Good.
No. Hands up. No. I agreed to this just as much as he did.
Look,
Gruul.
Donkey! They're
Gruul.
about to fight!
Let them have a moment.
Well, they can speak all they want, but I can't have her swinging at him here.
Why not?
Because we are doing business here.
Yeah, we have a job to do. In exchange for your freedom, we have to go do a task for the Scarlet Finch. Scarlet Finch is a good
please
man.
kill each other!
Oh, in exchange for more freedom. I'm sorry, you were paid money when we were arrested, when people died.
I was paid
And now
money
you're
when you
saying
were
you're
arrested?
paid to get us out also?
When was I paid money when you were arrested?
It's an awful nice crossbow you got there, Gruul.
Yes. Technically speaking, I am a hunter. My job is killing things.
Are you talking about the Anointed Silver?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was paid money for the death of Captain Hold. Well, not the death of, but the capture of Captain Hold, who was then killed. And I was paid by the Weeping Knight. I didn't even know I was going to be paid. And I haven't spent a single dime of it.
It was to assist me in the future. So,
Gruul, you should let them fight. Marlowe's been turning down Knarh's words.
We see things differently. I just say how I see things. And I don't want to fight you. I have a job to do.
What kind of job?
Finding cargo. There's about 3 days to get that done. No later than 3 days.
Cargo.
I have no idea.
So you've picked
Do
up
I have an idea? Did he tell me? Yeah, Arcadum.
Yeah, what's up? Sorry.
Did he tell me what the cargo was?
He did not. He said he
Okay.
needed you to move cargo.
Yeah.
So you've picked up more work to do with these absolutely not shady people.
Thank you!
Yes, you're welcome.
They've been some of the most forthright and honest people I've talked to in this city. And yeah, there's more work in exchange for a ticket to go to a party.
and
Best
unfortunately,
businessman I met.
us picking you up and making sure you had safe voyage out of here also means that the docks are locked and that we're gonna have to walk back home again.
This
I
is
didn't mind the
getting
trip here.
better and better.
Look, this isn't ideal, but we have an important job to do. We have a city under siege, and we are currently locked in this city without their assistance. So
Look.
we are working to get their assistance, and then we will figure it out from there.
Look, I don't know if you understand beyond what you guys did yesterday. You have paid to have us captured and enslaved for your use. Knarh and I were gonna hop out of town. We were getting out of here.
You were going to be
You're-
caught!
We were done with all of this, and we might have been caught, but at least we wouldn't be.
Those
I don't
robes
know.
were really convincing.
Thank you.
We
Tried
made a
really
deal
hard.
for your capture.
That was
Yeah, we paid
sarcasm.
with our labor, or the labor we're about to do. You can leave if you like. There's a ladder right there.
God damn it, no, Telry. He was going to tell you how to put your hands inside of Knarh, cover them in her blood, just like he did every other disciple he ran into. I didn't
You
see
knew him that
any
well.
magic lists amongst them. I didn't see anyone thanking him for the gift of removing magic from him. All I saw was their blood on his hands and him about to throw them into zombies as some way to get rid of all these quakes.
Girl,
He
did
was
you hear
helping.
him at the end?
He may have tried, but he was just going to teach you how to harm Knarh just as he did all them.
And I would never do that.
Now you
I'm sure
certainly will.
I'm sure you know that about me. I'm looking for a cure that does not involve her harm.
Well, you weren't going to find it there.
Were you there, Telry, when Captain Hold was killed under the light of Matheria? Did you forget that? Did you forget the words that the Weeping Knight said?
No. They're burned into me.
Something to think about.
Oh, I've thought about it. I didn't sleep last night.
As for Knarh, she probably would have been, well, in a worse fate than she is now. Under that route. But that's neither here nor there. Here is the underground. And we have a task to do in exchange for you being here right now and not captured by a guard. And after that, there is a route out. Does that interest you at all?
We've already decided that we're dead if we do, dead if we don't.
You're certainly dead if you do, but if you don't, there's a chance. If we're speaking about
Oh, hello! Would you
confronting
like
the
a
church.
grape?
Fancy pants.
Oh, I like that. Skippy, write
What?
that down. I can't write, sir. Slap, learn to read!
What's the cargo?
Please,
No.
Knarh.
He'll raise an eyebrow.
Into the ceiling.
It's my property. Well, technically, it's my property and a few other people's property, I suppose. But it was under my safekeeping, and they are wanting their property back. Or the money to replace it, and I don't have it.
Knarh, please, a moment.
What is it? Where is it?
I already gave those instructions to the fine fellow over there with the nice face
Really
tat.
not. He didn't answer
Knarh?
any of my questions.
He's going to start tugging at Knarh. Knarh, we have the instructions and every way to deal with it. Trust me.
So uppity. You're welcome I saved you. He'll eat some more grapes.
Please, I know what the issue is. Please, walk this way.
Will you join us, Telry?
Thank you.
Whispers that grow. You
Make
better
it
look
worth.
when the time comes.
All right. Yeah, pull you up away from him.
What's your angle? What's the point of this extra job?
Can we do
to
this
get
not?
you here and not executed.
So, it gives Nara a chance. So I'm bound. I have to.
Why are you bound by that?
Because I made a promise, Marlowe, and my word is my bond. I am going to make it so that she can have a normal life. And then, maybe, she can go and I don't know, start a farm or find some nice, handsome orc and have a family, have a life where she's not hunted. Anything
All
I
right.
can do to promote that.
The Scarlet Finch will stand up. Is that all she wants?
I don't know what she wants.
He starts to sashay over. Oh, that's easy to fix.
It is?
Yes. Just go to Saphira and catch a ride. Go to one of the other continents.
Knarh, is that an option that you'd be open to?
What? You didn't think about that?
Well,
you thought finding a cure for apostasy would be easier than catching a ship?
Other continents are full of people like Marlowe, so it didn't really exactly occur to us, no.
So you've been to these other continents, Telry? Or did you just assume that the millions of people living on them behave exactly like I do?
I have to assume that they all behave exactly as you do.
And why do you have to assume that?
The Scarlet Finch will laugh and will walk back and eat his grapes.
Actually, I don't care what the answer to that is. I will say, for the record, that you are very wrong.
I hope so. Because, were I a lesser man, we wouldn't be having a civil conversation.
Would you try to fight me because you're convinced that I had been paid silver for some of your actions? In ignoring the sanctified execution of somebody that you looked up to, and somehow blame that on me.
Someone I needed, Marlowe. Somebody we needed.
Somebody that you needed for a hunch you had based off of a feeling.
That's all I had.
You have a lot more in front of you.
And now I have nothing.
Well, you got an exit route. And you have your life.
I had a chance. I had a chance of going back to my life. You've ruined all of that. I am not even Telry anymore at this point.
I've ruined all of it. Was I the one who got you arrested and thrown into prison? That's all my fault.
Do you not feel guilty?
No, I don't.
Gruul, how do you feel about this?
This could have been a lot smoother if either of you had just spoken your issues after.
So not stood in the light of day and been ourselves. Hidden like rats. That's what you'd have of us.
Have some patience. And perhaps, watch, grow some understanding.
You activists, this is the first time we have stand by and let somebody die.
So sorry if my patience grows thin.
Then perhaps we should just get this over with?
Maybe Nara and I are tired of watching things happen on our watch. We'll do this job. But we're on thin ice.
Can I get a promise that you'll actually do the job?
I will do everything in my power to make sure that I defend you and improve your chances of success in the hopes that eventually I can bring you out of these gutters and sewers. I'll point around. You're better than this. I know it.
Takes work to be better.
Excuse me?
Yes, it does.
What do you mean by that?
I think you know.
I believe I don't.
Truly.
Please do not upset our benefactor.
Do you think you're better than me?
Not better.
You think they're better than this? And you presume that I know the meaning of it, so explain yourself.
I think that all of us have up to go from our current standing.
If you're going to be idealistic and convicted, at least stand by it. I know what you meant, and you won't even say it to my face, you coward.
What do you mean, that you're a criminal?
Am I? You don't even know me. What crimes have I committed, please? Tell me.
Kidnapping, for one.
Kidnapping? I relocated you. If I had a shiny badge and served the light, you wouldn't consider it kidnapping, would you?
Been there. Didn't feel great. Besides, I don't have my shiny badge anymore.
Yeah, a lot of good it did you. You talk of thinned ice. The whole time you have been here, you have spoken with quite a bit of pretension in your voice, halfling. And while I admit to my prejudice of you, at least I don't pretend to be something I'm not. You were going to be caught by the guards. Your lack of any real disguise at all made that paramountly obvious, and your friends gave up a fine windfall of a payday for me and my men to save you. Of course, we did it under the only tools and guise that we had available, and while you might find that distasteful, I believe that your arrogance is stifling. I don't know what it is that's going on over here, but you've been talking about it openly in front of me and all of my men, and I have been pushed to my limit as a host. So tell me, what is it that you think that they are too good for? That they are better than?
Is this... May I address your men?
You're talking to me.
So you speak for them entirely?
Yes, I do.
Do you own these people?
Of course I don't. They are not slaves.
They choose to be here. They're paid.
Yes.
Perhaps my initial impression of you was wrong.
He'll raise an eyebrow so far it pierces the roof. And then he'll just simply say, "You thought I enslaved all these people? Really? How? They have no chains."
Did I have chains while I was a slave for a couple hours?
You were tied up, but you didn't have chains.
Well, there you go.
Telry, here's something to keep in mind. Chrome, Gruul, and I are not better than the honor and the generosity that the Scarlet Finch has shown us this entire time.
That's better. Rub my feet, Skimpy.
Raise an eyebrow myself. The more I'm out here, the more I can see that something is wrong and something is broken. If it doesn't seem wrong and broken to you...
What?
Does it not seem...
Does your pretension know no bounds? You presume what? That I do not know that the world is broken? Of course it's broken. Look around you. Do you want to know why these men work for me? Because no one else would give them jobs. Why, you may ask? Oh, he was the son of a farmer. His father was a criminal, so he must be one as well. I don't really know anything about him. I think he's a mercenary. The point is that these men didn't have any options, and I gave them a job. My word! It's so stifling to hear you speak with such a high voice of opinions around these other people, and you yourself are nothing even compared to your own idealism. You think the world is broken and we can't see it? You presume that because I'm not walking around spouting your idealism that I'm not trying to make it a better place? Look around you!
I have made a home where there was none. These people have money in their pockets, food in their belly. You may not like the methods I have to employ in order to give them and myself a livelihood, but it is better than the squalid of poverty and death that awaits them on the streets.
Strangely, you sound like my father.
Well, unlike your father, I don't care if you live or die. Quite frankly, I've done my job, and you have overstayed your welcome. Insult me and my men again, or where we are, and I shall have to annul our agreement, Marlowe, and I will kill you all. Save me quite a bit of work, thank you very much.
We will not take advantage of your patience any longer. We'll be out.
Do your
if
job,
there's-
bring me the cargo, and I shall consider the debt paid. If you do
If,
not return, I shall send my men after you, and there will not be a place where you can lay your head in which the shadow of the Scarlet Finch will not be waiting.
If we don't show up, consider us dead. We will be. If these two bother you or stay past their welcome, their lives aren't my responsibility.
Oh, they're going with you. They are not staying here any longer.
What I'm saying is if you choose to kill them, I'm not going to intervene. You ready to pick up some cargo, Chrome?
Chrome.
Are you muted?
Yep, I'm ready. Got my spear back. That's all that really matters. We're done talking. Getting quite bored here.
Yeah, we have a job to do. Let's head out.
Skippy,
Excellent.
I require the advanced oils.
There you go, yo.
Wow. What a bunch of tasty roleplay that was.
I need a weapon.
When I need a weapon, I need a weapon.
No, I need a weapon.
You know what?
I
I
need a weapon.
stand you with
You
my
expect
glaive.
us to go out into the zombie wastelands unarmed?
Want my spear?
I have a dagger.
I don't know how to use a spear without a shield. You got a shield?
I do have a shield.
Unfortunately, you know what was crazy? He was going to equip you guys, and then you fucking badmouthed him. And his
Yeah. Listen, I'm a paladin in a surrounded by criminals. I did what must be done.
Here,
The fucking
Knarh.
ratio of body weight to paladin is...
Oh yeah, I know. I know it.
Hey, you Knarh.
Alright.
Yeah, you can have my shield and spear.
What
Tell
size
me.
shield is this?
No longer have these things.
It is a light shield.
A light shield. Okay.
Dang.
Chrome, you got an extra melee weapon for me? I had to give mine to Knarh.
I have a longsword.
I'll take anything.
Alright, you can have a longsword.
Gotta delete my weapons.
I'm not proficient in it. There we go.
Gonna right click and send it to person. Should be able to
Yeah.
select me.
I'm just editing the spear I have to say Chrome Spear.
Marlowe will hand you a cigarette. It's good for you, for the humors.
puff, puff, pass.
I hope you guys all learned the immense damage spouting off your moralistic views at people who don't care.
I can't trade it with Telry. I can only
That's
trade
okay.
it with Knarh and
Yeah, I just renamed one. I need to get me
One of these days, Chrome is gonna snap, dude, and I can't wait. He's gonna stare into the fire, and then he's just gonna look up, and he's gonna be in a blood rage.
It was close. It was really close.
I already ordered the popcorn on Amazon.
Man. All right. So to be clear, you've got a lot of shit going on. So I had to amend a few things. The 3-day time limit isn't really there the same way that it was. But the longer you take, the more pissed off the Scarlet Finch is going to be. His prediction was it would take you about 3 days. So that's 1 day of travel there, a day to handle it, and a day to come back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you if you want to do the party first, or if you want to do the side quest for the Finch first. To be clear, the party is not something that you're going to like necessarily miss your chance. The only thing to keep in mind is that if you leave the city, the only way back in is through the sewer, which the Scarlet Finch will provide. And the only other way, and the other thing is that if you go and you do the, actually, that's a false dichotomy. There's a lot you can do here, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, yeah, you can choose to just take a ship and leave. If you do it right now, you can just leave if you want.
So the parties are frequent. There's not like a specific day.
They're frequent. They're like once a week, sometimes multiple times in a week. So this is not like your one chance or anything.
Okay, cool.
But the problem is that, all right, I don't want to influence your decision. I want you to make this decision yourself, but I will give you the parameters of it. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
So, regardless of whether or not it was justified, and remember, I am not taking any ground on who is right. I'm only explaining to you what's happening. The church is looking for Telry and Knarh, and to the offset of anybody that they were associated with. The longer you spend in Edgington, the higher the chance gets that not only will Telry and Knarh be possibly spotted and captured, but also that Gruul, Chrome, and Marlowe will be suspected of being with them. Because remember, all of your journeys here and everything that you've done has been recorded, right? They know who you came in with, they know who you associated with, and although the church is very bureaucratic, it is effective once it gets going. So they're going to find out that the 5 of you are a party, and, well, you've seen how they handle, congruent guilt, right? Like, that it's...
Guilty by association.
Yeah, guilt by association factor is pretty high up on the church's list. So the idea is the longer you spend in Edgington, the greater the chance that you'll be captured. Also, the more time that passes, that gives the church more time to move its might to come after you. Now, I will admit that Telry and Knarh are not such an exceptionally high-level threat of any kind that there's not going to be a large response, but there will be a response. Which means that the longer you take to do all this stuff, the higher chance you could be captured in the city, or more importantly, the higher chance that a patrol will be sent out after you. I can tell you, as the DM, that it is unlikely that more than one patrol will be sent after you, as you are not worth the manpower and resources should you defeat them or elude them. But there is a chance that one is coming for you. And to be clear, this is an actual capture/kill squad, so they'll be along the lines of the other ones that have been encountered. So it will not be an easy. It will not be easy at all.
Right.
So you have that. You can. It's like once a week for Montague's parties. So you have that to work with. If you want to go and do this side quest, obviously that will keep the Scarlet Finch happy. If you don't do it, you can anger him, and then you'll also have the Scarlet Finch on your ass while you're in Edgington. I can tell you that his aura of influence does not go outside of the city. So if you're not in Edgington, he can't really do anything to you. And then there is, of course, you could abandon your current mission, go anywhere you want, go back to Mornhowl, because it should be noted that you have been hearing rumors that the king has been replaced in Mornhowl, and that has incredible political effects
Yeah, it's
and
possible
ripples.
that it's completely wiped our quest
Yeah,
anyway.
there is a chance that this could be futile. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying that's something to consider. This was already a delicate political dance, and now it might be completely changed because of this upsetting encounter. So it's really up to what you guys want to do and how you want to do it. I wanted to be clear on all of this so that you know what freedoms that you have, right? So, also, because you've actually heard from it from a character in game, you can go to the city of Saphira if you want to leave the continent and ensure Nara's survival, if that's something you want to do. There's also, you can go to the west, to the Misted Lands, which there's been plenty of rumors of that. Or you can follow up on I believe you guys know about the Blood Mage. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we heard about him.
So you can follow up on that lead as well, as that is literally the source of Captain Hold's information on how to deal with, like, that was the scientist quotations he was using to actually make this stuff happen.
The research.
Yeah, so you can follow the breadcrumbs that way if you'd like as well. So there's a lot of options here, and I think you guys should discuss them reasonably. There's a lot to go over.
What I think the best, sort of like Tetrising this together, the best route I think would be briefly for Marlowe, go to the practitioners, say, we're leaving the city, we're gonna go elsewhere. I'd like the blood records, get those shredded, go to the party, get the dirt, head outside of town and use the same pigeons that aren't in town, they're on the outskirts, to send back to Milla, because I know that those got there. Do Finch's job, come back in the sewers, shake Finch's hand, and then exit the sewers.
And then be done with this quest
place
in general, and leave into the countryside.
So we're only the last time we'll be in Edgington is tonight.
So we're gonna finish the quest so we don't get anyone else irritated at us and just leave.
Yeah, the idea would be do the minimum and then get out of here.
Yeah, I'm drawing a line right between going towards the Deathquakes and finishing the job, because, like, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen there?
Right.
So, okay.
That's kind of my path forward. I'm thinking. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
I like it.
Okay. Why are we finishing the quest then? Where you get the reward was their safety.
Yeah, but
if we're leaving the
We could
city,
help. From a character's perspective, Telry would definitely help with that, because one, we said that we would, and two, it's defending people.
okay, we know they're slavers, right?
Yes.
Okay, we know that we're getting slaves, right?
we don't know that.
Well, everyone here is assuming that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, we
something
assume,
we'll find.
but
That's
meta.
something we'll find out. Yeah, exactly.
No. He was being vague, but he wasn't being that.
Yeah, we're not stupid.
Yeah.
Well, even if we're discussing this in character, it's like one way or another we're going to find out if we head south.
Well,
so
I mean,
Yeah.
What are we gaining from him that we can't just say jump on a boat and be out of here really quick?
I mean, that's a good point. We could just
Because
ditch him.
boats lock up after today. So if we want to move quick, then we can just take the boat, because as he stated, if we're leaving the city, he's not a danger.
yeah,
Most
but
likely.
He doesn't have
Could we-
influence outside Edgington.
Yeah. Could we do the party and still be able to make the boats, or did he did establish that would take too long, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, party and boats do not
Right.
mix.
Remember, right now, you're racing against the bureaucratic clock of the church. And what
Yeah.
is one of the first places they're going to lock down when you've got fugitives on the run? It's going to be the port.
Right. The ships.
Yeah.
The parties.
So really-
Uh-huh.
So really, all of us should leave now through the sewers, and Marlowe should go to a party. Is what I'm hearing.
No, because that's how Marlowe gets caught.
well, I'm not guilty of anything.
Yeah, Marlowe's fine at the moment.
You'd be guilty by association. The moment the bureaucratic engine catches up to the fact that you two have everything to do with us, and in fact that you are a narc and a paladin, they'll know. They'll figure you out.
Did you just call him a narc?
I'm not a narc,
I'm a
a paladin,
paladin.
or associated with you.
I'm sorry, Telry, but he was following the law.
Right.
I'm
You
not
know.
that. Yeah.
He called him a narc.
don't even get me
That is
started.
so funny, dude. That is
Come
so
on.
funny.
It's been the ongoing
You
thing these past
fucking
few
narc.
sessions.
Oh, come on, people.
How
He doesn't
can I-
follow the rules. He abuses them.
How can I somehow hate Matheria the most and yet be the most devout follower of Matheria?
Right.
Fucking common.
No kidding.
So, if we go to the party, you guys shouldn't come. I think Gruul and Chrome should come. And I also don't think you have tickets. So the question is, what are
If
you
you
guys
go-
going to be doing?
What does
If
the
you go-
invite state? Does it just say just you, or may you bring your associates?
No, we got tickets from the foot rub guy. There's 2 more tickets.
How do we get
If
enough?
you go to the party, we're leaving Edgington on foot, and we may make it a good ways. We might evade capture, but it may also be like on our trail.
Okay, I guess this is a bit of a larger scale question. What is our goal for leaving? Because that seems to be established. What do we do when we're leaving?
We're not going back to Mornhell.
Head out of
not.
the sewers.
So we're not going to Mornhell?
No, the place is a hotbed for everything that's trying to kill us,
Well, I mean, not the Mornhell people, just the church people.
which are now swarming all over the place.
Yeah.
Marlowe's
gonna-
pretty, especially
But there's
with
people to
Ezekine,
fight with
Marlowe's
there.
pretty dead set on getting back to Mornhell and at least shaking Milla's hand and being like, job done. By the way, I want some vacation time. Fuck this place.
Could we perhaps take the long way around and hopefully it won't be a war zone when we get there?
It probably will be.
I mean, okay. One thought process to have on this is, so we have allies in Mornhell. Do we have allies like anywhere else?
No,
That's my only thought on that.
not anymore, at least,
Okay,
because
so
now I'm a fugitive. So anybody who I could have potentially had as an ally is no longer on that list.
I swear if you blame that on me, I'm gonna lose my shit.
definitely Marlowe.
No,
Hey,
that's
remember
a
that one
choice.
time I
that's
told
a choice
everybody
I
that
made.
I was a sorceress? That's Marlowe's fault.
Right. No,
Is that-
that's a choice we made. That's on us.
Because I kind of don't want to hit the road being like, all right, where do we go? And just kind of
Well,
just
south
okay,
point a
one
random
thing-
direction.
Yeah, we kind of need to head south, if anything, towards the Broken Inns, because we don't have food to get us much of anywhere.
So do we want to head? All right, so we want to head south. I mean, we could hit the
We
docks
could head
and
back the
just pick
same
up
way we came.
and pick up fish along the way. That's not too hard.
Yeah. Well, let's assess that when we're too far in the future. Let's assess
Yeah.
that after we go south after we go through the sewers. But until the sewers, we have the evening, which is practitioners and party, burn records, and then you guys perhaps get like disguises or something, or figure out a way to like, not look like people on the wanted poster. What are you gonna do for the rest of the evening?
I mean, I could probably stand to get some new clothes.
I mean, I guess me and Chrome
Please
can go
close suit me.
shopping for them because they can't be out in the open.
Well, you guys can go to the party if you want to.
No, okay.
We're not going without you, that's for sure. We don't know how to talk to people. You've seen
I'm
us
not-
talk to crooks. Imagine if we talk to rich people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the party.
To be clear, Marlowe has a problem talking to people too.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm
Well, he doesn't think so.
Right.
I'm target number 1, so I ain't going to no party.
Obviously, the call here is to send Chrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Chrome's my best man at the party.
Yes.
He's my wingman, sir.
I guess I have to stay with these two and just make sure they don't run off on a moral escapade.
I'm a bandit.
Are you down to do some eyes wide shut shit, Chrome?
Oh, Mo was down for that.
Oh my goodness.
So we're not taking a
Jesus
boat to like
Christ.
Mornhell or anywhere else. We're just gonna run it on foot.
We can't
We'll
do
decide
we can't
that
do
when
the
we get
boat.
there.
If we're gonna complete our mission, we can't do the boat.
I mean, the boat is an option if there's some people who are like, yeah, give me 100 gold, fuck the church.
Ow.
We can suss that situation out.
All I'm saying, there's no reason to do the Finch stuff unless we actually intend on like completing the rest of the mission. Really.
Correct.
Yeah, I want to like we're on episode 12 or 13 or something. I want to finish our first quest.
Wow.
So
we have all the way to like episode 30 before
What?
we get that done.
You guys finished a quest. What are you talking about? What, did you just,
Yeah,
did you just block out the duct boys, bro?
Yeah. Well,
That's
Kinda.
a suppressed
kinda.
We did our Hail Mary and we passed our Hail Mary. You guys forget. But
Mission
nobody died.
mission failed successfully.
Yes, mission failed successfully.
God.
Didn't count on the tally.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So,
Okay, who's going to the fucking party?
Marlowe and Chrome seems like.
Yeah.
Marlowe and Chrome. Okay.
Do I gotta wear fancy clothes?
Just act a little
Just a
you know,
top hat
creepy.
and monocle.
Gotta lick
You
your
can
lips
have
every
these.
now and then.
You can have these priestly vestments I found.
Here, you can cut a hole out. Let me show you.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Write that down, artists.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, here we go, I guess.
Time to put an accent on.
Oh boy.
Time to put an accent on. Says nothing.
That was my accent.
Oh.
Mute. Mute is an accent, yes. Leave.
All right. Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. Marlowe and Chrome, you're coming with me. Let's see here.
Man, I was hoping to go to the party and you two had to go be problems. I had to stay home and babysit.
You could have just let us.
There's a third ticket.
You could have just let us get away and waltz off into the sunset. We were definitely going to escape. Definitely.
Yeah, well, we need you to.
100%.
Yes.
God.
I'm telling you guys, there's a few people that know how much you guys are going to get away, and I was definitely one of them. Your voice
I mean,
got-
we had
got deeper.
Materia on our side. What can I say?
Yes, we sure did. She didn't say no.
She didn't say no.
She didn't
I
say
said
no.
no.
I, however, said no.
There was someone you forgot to ask.
We'd even get more notice silver if we turned them in again.
Oh my goodness. We found them. They escaped.
I did
I'm in
not consider
danger.
that. You are a very good bandit, Chrome.
I did not consider that.
Just keep turning us in.
What's some high? That's some high level banditry right there.
Upgrading our gear with anointed silver.
Kidnap us back, drag us over here bound and gagged, and then turn us in again.
We just do more mission for Finch.
Maximizing the death of our characters.
Bro, you know you still can come with us. I do have a ticket. There's going to be some shit at that party that you might not want to miss.
I mean, where are we going to leave these two?
You can go, Gruul. We're not going to run away.
What do you mean leave them? They're free people. They can do whatever they want to.
All right. Well, remember you
We'll-
promised to be there in the mission, so
We will stay under the radar. We'll be here for the mission.
He said, lying. What?
I would never.
Run away.
I will be here.
I will be here, dies.
I heard that, Chrome.
Guys.
I'm listening.
Can't help that.
Oh no, he died.
Wink.
Stop winking. Stop that.
Weird. You're like a apostate kind of over there.
You're giving me big apostate energy right now.
You say prostate.
Yes.
We have to save it for the party, Gruul. Or sorry, Crow.
Every time with you guys, every time. I'm green, he's gray. I don't understand how you make the mistakes still.
Totally different orcs.
Okay, here we go.
My tusks
Yeah,
are on
I'm
my
the
head.
gray one. If anything, Chrome and I are more easily.
Oh, everybody recognizes the short one quickly.
Oh boy. Alrighty, guys. Let me know when you're loaded.
You're missing one.
Loaded in.
Okay, get this set up.
Rule. Where'd you go?
Oh yeah, we decided to throw Gruul in there too, since we didn't actually need to watch them.
Oh, Gruul? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go. I was like,
Yeah.
who? Who are we talking about? It's like, oh, it's Gruul. Let me go grab him. real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah, that's the name.
That's
That's a name.
that's the guy I needed. Let
We
me go-
lost him in the dark.
Growl. Grar.
Stop. All right.
Please, it hurts me every time it hurts.
Okay.
Let me just say that the cyber impression was phenomenal. Couldn't
you.
even tell she wasn't there.
Thank you. Thank you. I put everything I could put into it. I thought it was very good.
Spectacular, sir. Clap, clap.
Spectacular. All right. Gruul, Marlowe, and Chrome. You follow the directions of the Scarlet Finch, and you are carrying each of you your tickets to allow you into one of the debaucherous parties of Lord Montague. Now, this is a masquerade, so what I'll be doing this time around is you won't know any of the people here. They won't have tokens, so you're gonna have to really pay attention to my descriptions. Okay, that's kind of part of the challenge this time around.
Okay.
Because everyone's in disguise. Hold on, let me load this up real quick. But
Can I choose my persona?
But the I was, but now I'm going to choose it for you. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, you get to choose what mask you're wearing for the masquerade.
Please be Sonic. Metal Sonic.
Stop!
No.
God damn it! God,
Were you not there?
when
I
you
said I was
run,
a man of fine wine.
when you run faster than the speed of light, you always live in darkness.
Man.
The real answer, Sonichu.
Sonichu.
I will kill you guys. I will do it.
Do you not think Marlowe would wear the visage of the Midnight Raven?
No, I think you'd be an owl.
Oh, that's you. No.
That's
I
the
get a
same thing.
horse.
Did you say horse, girl?
I want to be a horse.
He's wearing the horse.
Yeah, just give me a... Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole horse costume.
Oh my.
And there's your cue artist now, right?
Gruul's just in the back as the legs.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. Oh my god. Alright. So, Chrome is a horse mask.
Oh god.
Alright, Gruul, what's it gonna be?
Oh god. Alright,
Choose
let's
an
see.
animal.
Ranger.
Don't choose
Hawk.
Midnight Raven because I've already chosen that.
Hawk. Let's go with Hawk. Perception based.
Bunch of fucking birds.
I'm a horse.
And one horse.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Alright. So, get ready. I'm gonna have a lot of descriptions for you. As you approach Lord Montague's estate, you can feel the sense almost like the air itself kind of changes. Marlowe, make me an Arcana check. As you approach, you could definitely feel that there's like something in the air. It's like there's some excitement, also a little bit of there's some off-putting energy kind of going around. There's also a strange smell. It's like the salt of the sea, but almost like it's been manipulated somehow. Do you ever smell a piece of candy that's been left out in the sun too long?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
It's like an off-sweet smell. Like cologne that's almost faded.
Mhm.
Keep your wits about you, gentlemen. So, something in the air.
All right, here we go. And you hear this music playing just over the hill. Okay, from this moment on, Gruul, Marlowe, and Chrome, you will not be referred to by your names. To be clear, if you refer to each other by your name, it is considered a taboo, and it will be as if you said it out loud. There are other things that are also taboo, such as asking a person's real name or being too personal with your questions. Perform too many taboos, and you will be asked to leave the party, and the mission will result in a failure. Also, as a quick trigger warning to those of you that are present, this is a party of true debauchery, so there will be some disturbing images and content coming your way. So if any of you have any weak stomachs or things that you don't want to be involved with, you now have this time to leave.
Stocking up on my cookies 1 second.
Just for the record, can I be Midnight Raven, or do I have to just be
Oh
Raven?
my god, dude.
Oh, you a bird.
Horse, there are multiple birds.
Oh my god. There you go, you anime fuck.
Hell yes.
I'm Midnight Raven. Alright. As you approach, what you will see at the front gate, that there are two men. These two men do not wear masks like everyone else. They wear what appear to be stone, like cubic masks, completely flat, except save for two eye holes. As you approach, you will also see that they are armed with long swords at their side. They will raise their hands as you approach, and they will say, "Hold! Step forward one at a time." Alright, Midnight Raven. As you approach, you will see that the two men hold up their hands and seem to concentrate on you. Make me an Arcana check.
I will inspire that. For 11.
Alright, as you choose to inspire your Arcana check, you will flow with mana. They will detect it, and you will see that these men step forward, and they will place their hands on your shoulders and whisper in your ear, "We don't mind what kind of play that you have, but none of that will be allowed inside. This is your only warning."
Understandable. I have my tickets as well.
They will check your
Present.
ticket, and they will see that it seems legitimate, and you will be allowed inside. Hawk, as you approach, they will do the same thing. They will check your tickets and see that you seem to be accepted, and they will allow you entrance. Horse, as you approach, they will do the same thing. check your tickets, and there seem to be no problems. And you are led inside.
Thank you.
Okay. As you make your way inside, you see that you're inside of a small antechamber just outside of the main house. There's a sitting room here. There's also plenty of places to place one's coats, hats, and other such accoutrements. The door ahead is slightly open, and there is the sound of the party from inside. Now, I have a very important question. Are you going to be staying together?
I will be with Raven. Yes.
Do we just split? Two together, one alone?
Do we
Yeah,
have...
if your gut tells you so, I don't see why not. Horse.
All right, Raven.
It's Midnight Raven to you.
I'm a stallion then.
Oh my god. All right,
You're gonna
fine.
have to prove that.
Hold on. Stallion. There. Oh, God. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. As soon as you step through the doors, you find yourself inside a large, well-lit, but still a little bit shady-looking estate. People are moving all around you. Some are dancing to the music. Most are in quiet conversation in many dark corners. A few have taken too much of their drink and are staggering around, bumping into people. It is certainly a party, but nothing seems to be out of the ordinary as you might have expected. The only problem is that you don't really see where the music's coming from. It seems to be coming from all around you. Without even the need to roll an Arcana check, you notice magic when you see it happening, Midnight Raven. So, in this room, you can see a few people that seem to stand out, mostly by their aura of their personality, as if they carry more authority, charisma, or importance. You can see that there is a cougar mask. You can see that there is a boar mask. And you can see that there is a snake mask. Since you're moving together, I will presume that Midnight Raven will be leading you guys. So tell me where you'd like to go. I can describe more to you. I can answer questions, or you can try to engage one of the masked partygoers.
Is there any of the three that look like they're not currently preoccupied?
The least occupied one appears to be the snake mask. It seems that they are hovering around the large bowl that contains alcohol. And it seems that this individual is eyeing many of the more feminine-looking partygoers.
Well, that's my cue. I'm gonna go towards the snake.
Okay. As you approach, the individual will speak, and you will hear,
So, what brings you here, You're certainly new, I can tell. A lot of hesitation in your movements. Welcome. My name is Snake.
Much appreciated. I'm the Midnight Raven. And it is indeed my first time here.
Well, then you'll need someone like me to show you around. Don't worry. I know all the rules. I don't mind helping.
He will join with the snake and then look back towards Hawk and Stallion. Is Hawk and Stallion's first time as well. We're quite excited.
I can tell. So, here are the rules. Quick and easy. We don't use real names here. We use our personas.
Everything that you see before you is on the table. But for the darker stuff, you've got to go upstairs. There's food and drink aplenty. However, there is only one extra rule to keep in mind. If someone says stop, then you stop. And if someone says more, you give them more.
Seems like we've arrived at the correct place.
Oh, you'll see. We've only just gotten started tonight. There's a lot to get into.
Do these stairs lead up?
Those stairs go up.
Might do some exploring. Start exploring.
All right, where you want to go?
Kind of get a good sweep of the place. See if it's just kind of the same shade of debauchery is painted evenly around the whole place.
All right, when you get to this point, you can see that there is a soft billowing of smoke that's coming from underneath the door. The smell is acrid and has a slight chemical edge to it. Further, you can see that there is a small sitting room here. There's a small sitting room here that seems to lead further into this area here.
Might take a smoke break. Hawk and Stallion. Did you like to explore a bit?
Corner, then that Raven and Hawk.
Would you like to be alone in here, or would you like me to follow you in?
Oh, you can join me if you like. I'll hand out a cigarette. It's good for you. It's good for your humors.
He'll trust you, I guess, to take it. Take it.
Open the door and then close
Get
it.
on
to
the
try
floor.
To keep
Everybody walk the diner. Sorry, I got in me.
He's respecting the hotbox rules and closes the door right after he opens it.
Okay. As you enter this room, you can see that it is in fact filled with a thick smoke. There is quite a bit of toking in here. In the center, there is a large hookah with several hookups. You can see that 3 out of the 4 seats are taken, and they are filled with the following masks: Dragon, Demon, and Wolf. Upon your entrance, you can see that the one with the demon mask looks up and says, "Welcome, welcome. Take a seat. There's plenty to go around."
I brought my own accommodations. This be the smoking lounge.
You could say that.
He's gonna light up. He's not gonna hit the hookah, but he'll light a cigarette.
The wolf will ask, "What you smoking over there?"
It's standard tobacco.
"Oh, that's a little boring. Here, try this." He'll offer you some of the hookah.
It's an early start to a long night. Might be back here to finish up the night with some of that. But what is it, if you don't mind me asking?
"Oh, it's something from across the sea. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Come on, give it a shot." The dragon will speak. It's considered rude not to take somebody's offering, huh? You're a guest in this house."
I am. I do want to have a clear head to experience all that it has to offer before settling down for the night. Perhaps ramping things up.
Shall I then, Midnight Raven?
Well, that's up to you.
I would hate to be rude.
Looks like we got a winner.
All right, he'll reach over and hit it so that Marlowe doesn't. This is internal. This is internal. I said the bad name.
All right. So, unfortunately, you don't get out of it by saying it that way. I told you if you said it, it's as if you say it out loud. Several of the individuals at the table kind of look a little offended by that.
Hey, remember the rules, huh? You gotta take a hit or not.
He'll nod.
All right, take a hit.
He's taking a hit.
Constitution saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. All right, I have good news and potentially upsetting news. The potentially upsetting news is, Hawk, you are now blasted. Whatever the fuck this shit was, it is potent, and your little baby lungs could not handle it. You start coughing violently. It seeps deep down inside of you. Kraig, have you ever been high?
A few times.
You are now more high than you've ever been. The good news is, you're not addicted to it. Yet.
He'll pat him on the shoulder more for stability than anything. It's like, good choice to hold off for now.
Don't worry, Hawk. You'll be all right. Just enjoy the moment.
There's a lot going on in this moment.
Remember, the paladins aren't after you.
Why would the paladins be after me?
Well, when the paranoia seeps in.
Hold on, I have to... One second. I have a visual effect for this. Are you ready to be high off your gourd?
Oh, I've been there. It's not fun all the time.
Remember, gourds don't exist, Hawk. If you're out
That's the most sense you've made all day. He just kind of stares at the hookah.
Come on, friend, don't you want to give it a little bit more?
Let me ride this train to the... Well, let me ride this to the top first.
All right. Hawk is gone. Hawk is down. All right. All right, Midnight Raven. Stallion is standing in front of this set of flowers. I presume not gazing into his past with violent intent.
Evening, Stallion. Hawk is, how do I put this poetically? High off his ass in that room.
He seemed like he's having fun. Let's get going.
I heard that. I heard that. Oh my god. All right. Hold on. As you burst into this room, oh god. You see what appears to be the wine cellar and the kitchen. And in this room, there is a rabbit and a pig mask. The rabbit is viciously spanking the pig with a wooden paddle.
Wait, there's a rabbit, a pig, and a pigeon?
No. Only a rabbit and a pig.
Okay, cool.
And the rabbit
The
is
rabbit
spanking
is the
the pig.
spanker?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I didn't warn you. Oh! 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 Oh, hold on. I did that wrong. Oh! Oh! They have not noticed you.
Pardon my intrusion. A good friend of mine once told me that.
Please help me!
Well,
More!
The
a friend
rabbit.
of mine once told me that voyeurism is participation.
The rabbit will hand you a additional paddle, and will give you the left cheek.
All right, I'll spank his left cheek.
All right, the other one will spank the right cheek.
Marlowe is not showing any signs of enthusiasm. It's a very mechanical spanking.
Raven, would you mind if I took that?
Of course. Is the wine open to everyone?
The rabbit will respond, "The wine's for everybody. Go ahead, take whatever you want to. I'd suggest, though, that if you do, you be really careful because he'll likes to knock it over."
Wait, he likes to knock it over? Is that what you said?
That's correct, because he's a really bad boy.
Oh, okay, got it. I'll take those words to heart and be very careful with the wine bottle.
Stallion, are you helping this lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full throttle.
Just
Now
giving
we're
it to him. Just slamming. All right. Make me a strength check. All right, that's good enough. Stallion, you smack the pig's ass with such a degree of force, it snaps the actual paddle in half, cuts deep into the cheek. The man finishes his elation and passes out. The pig is unconscious. The rabbit will look at you and says, "My thanks to you. That normally takes another 30 minutes.
My pleasure. Looked like it was gonna be a while. I just stepped in when my buddy couldn't do it. Raven, they're over there.
Yeah, I am a raven. I have very soft hands, as you can tell. Stallion over here.
Jesus Christ.
They don't call him Stallion for nothing.
I'm sorry. Chrome's new voice is folding me in half, too.
Very nice.
Oh, you said his name?
Yeah. Arcadum was kicked out.
Yeah, all right, I lose. You got me. Fuck. Stallion, fuck. Oh, man. Anyway. So, what'd you ask? I'm sorry, I deleted the last 20 seconds in my brain.
Stepping over pig. Are you a bit of a spanker yourself, Rabbit? Or are you, just helping out someone else?
Oh, I normally don't do this kind of thing, but Pig insisted, and, well, I'm a good rabbit.
Mm.
If you really want
bet you are.
the dark stuff, though, the really good stuff happens upstairs. Whew. The things I hear from up there, it almost makes me wish I wasn't such a coward. I really want to try it, but it's so scary.
Would you like to join us upstairs if we venture up there?
All right, let's do this. Are you offering me Midnight Raven?
Well, you see, as a raven, I'm a bit of a voyeur. I'm a watcher and lip biter rather than a participator, but I am, well, quite interested in perhaps watching you face your fears. And all the pleasure that comes with that.
That depends. Is Stallion coming?
I wouldn't mind. I would like to move a pig into a comfortable spot first.
You're so kind. All right, you guys move Pig.
I just toss him over the couch over here.
All right.
I'm gonna grab a mid-shelf bottle. Something that looks like whoever the owner is wouldn't get mad if it went missing or drinking. Then uncork it and hold it.
All right.
Walks in.
As you walk into that room, you notice that Rabbit is following behind you, but that is not upstairs. That room has a large piano and sitting room. There is music being played from it, but there are only 2 individuals in here. You see that there is a lion and a lioness, and they are sitting together, talking comfortably.
All right. Are they over here?
Yeah.
I'll move Pig over here.
Okay, you put him over the couch. You notice that Lion points out Pig's body, and Lion and Lioness start to laugh together.
Oh, pardon the intrusion.
All right, you notice that Lion will look up and will give a slight bow and will say, "Apologies, my friends, for not standing, but I'm afraid Lioness is a bit weak. I'm sitting with her, away from all the hubbub. You understand."
Of course.
Perception checks. Stallion, you notice that Lioness has her ankles tied together with rope. And you will see that there is a pair of manacles that are undone and sitting on top of her lap.
Wait, why does she have rope around her ankles?
Why indeed?
My, seems like you two are having fun.
Lion will respond, "Oh yes, quite a bit of fun. Thank you for your interest."
Continue.
Lioness will say, The lion will look over to Lioness and will go, "Oh, naughty, naughty words." And we'll start to give her a light little tap on the shoulder.
All right. Just continue following Raven.
I'm gonna check the bathrooms.
All right, there's no one in these meeting rooms.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I'll go through here.
All right, when you get into this room... All right, look. You see that there is only one masked individual in here, and they are taking a bath. They are completely naked except for their mask. It is one very fat man. He looks up as you enter, and he is wearing a bear mask. And he will say...
Oh, hey. Nice to meet you. My name's Bear. This might seem a little forward, but could you maybe get that rag and clean my back for me?
I know a buddy who might like that. Shall I get him for you?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Did you just phase through the...
Moon walks through the house.
I went off that for a second.
Hey, Raven.
Stallion?
I think it would be pretty good to get a hawk over here and rub this guy's back.
I was looking for upstairs. While that does sound exciting, I think there might be more opportunities upstairs. I'm a bit lost. Oh, Rabbit, do you know the way upstairs from here?
Oh, it's this way. All right, she'll walk over here, back into the front room, and then we'll point at the stairs. And you'll see that there are stairs, and there is a small gate in front of it that say in the words, "Caution, only the brave beyond this point."
I'll ignore the words of caution.
Do you
After
ascend?
you, Rabbit.
Ascension commencing.
Rabbit will fall behind Raven, and the stallion will fall behind them. Meanwhile, in the smoke and haze room, Hawk, make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, goodness. Alright, let's see if I can make this happen.
Please get a 1.
My God, you avoid addiction again, and you're even able to. You are even. All right, how can I explain this? In your higher state of understanding, you're able to keep your wits and focus, and your mind is expanded before you. You may ask me one question about the current mission, and I will answer truthfully.
Oh, goodness. One question about the mission.
Yep.
Is this exempt from the no names rule and stuff?
Yes.
Cool.
Not that I care to.
May I ask which mask holds the most crucial information
Yes.
for our mission? Yeah.
The mask that holds the most crucial information for your mission is the chameleon mask. Alrighty. Unfortunately, we are at time. So you will have to find out what's at the top of the stairs next time on Sagas and Solace. Sweet Jesus.
And the fact that it's only going to get worse that episode. Get ready for that.
You guys didn't see the spanking RP coming, did you?
Ah, man.
Nah, I was
was
expecting
good.
worse. I'm not
That
going
was
to lie.
good.
Did my pig sound like pig sounds?
I couldn't hear them.
Yeah, you come through.
I both am happy and sad
Really?
to say that your noise
heard-
gate caught it.
A little
Yeah.
bit of it, like a squeal.
Oh, dude, really? Fuck.
There
Okay.
were bits of it.
I
yeah.
gotta really work on my fucking mic then. Damn it.
I mean, it
They're,
was
they're definitely in my head. The whole-
Oh, believe me, I was still traumatized, so it's fine. Dude, I loved looking up and watching you just fucking T-pose, fucking no-clip run through the wall when the fat guy...
Look, all I'm saying is thank God we did not bring Miss Necro on this mission.
Man.
I've been with way too many bears in a bathtub to know how that ends.
Bears in a bathtub!
I'm glad I'm not along. I'm playing the wrong character for this particular quest.
Dude, you would not be able to speak as Telry.
No, Telry would be a complete loss. Other
Got it.
characters, though.
Man.
Fun.
All right,
Very cool.
let's go see if any of you degenerates drew fan art of this shit.
Look, all I could say is I fell in the first room and then I saw God.
I went in the first room and saw God.
Bro, I've reached a new understanding.
All right, looks like we actually have quite a bit of fan art and memes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who knew, guys, that drugs, they have positive effects?
You could call him that. The chameleon.
All right, here we go. We believe you have harbored an apostate. Harbor an apostate? That would be irresponsible and unethical. I would never, ever adopt more than one.
My word.
Arrest them both.
Marlowe and Fane having plot-relevant magic rocks. Yeah. Marlowe vibes. Yeah, this is definitely a Marlowe vibe. Is Jordan Skolansky from Conan, dude?
Man.
The Scarlet Finch.
Scarlet.
This is Knarh.
Eyebrows.
We back. We back.
You can all simmer the way the fuck down, dude. All right, that's it. Dishonoring your whole family.
Poor Telry.
You're all filthy, no good criminals and slaves. Change my...
Man.
Don't you dare talk shit in front of me and my men ever fuck again.
Leader of the year.
The Scarlet Finch crew listening to whatever the hell Telry was. Chrome being wholesome.
Right on.
Just trying to get the job done. Chrome comes up to the party. Oh shit.
Here comes.
That's what I imagine.
I will kill you.
This man. I should have been on his level. I was over here, like, oh, you know, what's the best edible to my character? And it's like,
Excuse me, it's Midnight Raven. The paddler we deserve.
Yeah,
It's like,
Chrome,
dude, if you crit and kill that dude, that's
Chrome is making this quest happen, man.
I am a lip biter, you know, a voyeur of sorts. Oh shit, here we go, KC Reality Art.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
do you shake hands? Of course, of course. You shake this man's hand. Let's go.
Yeah, that is perfect.
Quality.
I like how he's still shirtless. This is exactly the image in my mind of Marlowe's just like, all right, let's go.
It's so
his
beautiful.
horns are poking through it and everything.
Fucking
Horse cow.
Whoa.
whoa. Let's go up the stairs where only the brave dare go. Follow, dear stallion, dear raven, wherever the fate shall show. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
The worst part is it's basically just Kratos wearing a horse mask.
Dude, I love this, dude. I love this image. This image is basically just this entire session, really. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's fucking go, dude.
This is for the fate of
enjoyed.
Mornheim.
This is for the fate of Morna.
Oh my goodness.
This is like when what is it? Shadow of Tear. We're wearing all the the nurse outfits. All right, let's go.
Man. Ah, wonderful.
Oh man, what an absolute banger of a session.
Hope you guys liked Chrome's accent.
I
Dude,
love
dude.
Chrome's act.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right
Chrome
now.
does.
I'm telling you right now. There's gonna be people demanding that you just talk like that the whole time.
Chrome is
I was
fantastic.
like, how should I? We're at a nice party. Let me change it up a bit.
Dude, the fact that you chose the smooth, sultry voice for the fucking horse mask buff man is so good to me, dude.
When this episode started, I thought we'd lose Knarh and Telry, but we're probably gonna lose you two at this fucking point.
Man.
Look, I'm ascending, all right?
Let's go.
You're not gonna
knows
lose
things.
me. You're about to just gain some higher level. Or
He knows things.
Oh man, that was amazing. All right.
So good.
All right, thanks everybody for all the follows and all the subs. Let me go through the subs and say thank you to Sealta. Thank you for the 15 months. Go Master Dog, thank you for the 16 months. Storm Edge, thank you for the 18 months. Foxy Roxy, thanks for the 19 months. Last Gambits, good to see you, buddy. And Miss Necro, thank you for the 9 months. Very cool. Alrighty. So, quick update. The new game, The Dark Sermon, will be starting next month as we've had to switch in and out some characters and stuff. Some crazy shit's happening. So, yeah, we've been having to do a bunch of that stuff. So, it's going to have some new cast members and it'll start next month. And the current new game that's being forming will have its Session 0 this Saturday on the 26th. I believe that, tomorrow, which is Saturday, the 24th. Sorry. And that'll be at about 6 p.m. I may or may not stream that, not sure. But that game should be locked in very well. Okally dokally. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. And now I leave. Bye!